keeping on keeping. That shit was shit. She like clears her brain, right? Yeah,
That's the same time. That's why so many people hate her. So
nothing wrong with
that's
it.
why I like her.
People
She's
just
like
don't like how she's very straightforward.
she's like a mom though. It's kind of like they're annoying to have,
But you
but
know,
they're
they
always
got
there
you.
for you. Yeah,
They got you.
that's why I like her. She got me with my home
Yeah, too.
I like
Personally.
it. Hi. I love that orange. Thanks. Not that one.
Hey, we're live. We have one person watching, so it'll probably be like that. Oh, now it's 0. So if it's at 0, like you can kind of be like, man, it's like it's potential. Because we want to. We're only doing this because Miss McIntyre
I know.
wants us to.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things. We have one person watching. But I shared the link. So you can prop it up somewhere where you can see everyone, and then you can just like move around every once in a while, like change the move around every once in a while, like change the location up. Just have it on my iPad. You can do it on my phone if you want, or your phone. But
Yeah.
so don't use my iPad.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose it.
Don't use my iPad.
I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it.
Did you sign it?
Yeah. Like that. Who else is coming? I forgot to look at the paper. Who's Sarah? Oh, Sarah.
For the portfolio? Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. 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 That's good to see you.
So I'm going to go ahead and call this meeting to order at 1:12 p.m. And I'll proceed.
Like if you want to figure out a way to prop it up, so you don't have to hold it.
Let's take a minute or so to look at the agenda items. Is there any edits to be made?
Genius. Figure something out. Maybe you could.
But for right now.
I second.
All in favor? Any opposed, any abstentions? The motion carries. Roll call. Ms. Fazia Legacy, Vice President. Mr. Yusuf Sadi, the Treasurer. Mr. Dante Moncrief, the Chief of Staff. Ms. Clea Johnson, the Senate Director for Public Relations. Ms. Jansen Seymour, the Senate Director for Community Relations. Ms. Maria Sevilla, the Senate Director for Public Relations. Okay. Mr. Mumin Ode, the Senator for College-wide Forum. Mr. Marvin Romero, the Senate Director for College-wide Forum. Ms. Rachel Myers, the Senate Director for College-wide Forum. Mr. Ike Ekunife, the Senate Director for Academic Affairs. Mr. Prince Wampola, the Senate Director for Lawrence College Center. I want to give a shout out to all the students watching at Lawrence College Center, including Prince himself, and this event today is live streamed at Lawrence College Center. Lawrence College Center. And Ms. Lanika Purcell, the Campus Activities Board's President. That being said, I want to introduce our special guests today. Dr. Charlene Duke, she's not here yet. Mrs. Ennis Alley, the Chair and Associate Professor for Humanities, she's not here.
She's right here.
Oh, sorry, so sorry. Ms. Kathy Camp, the Interim Vice President for Student Affairs, she's not here yet. Dr. Foreman, the Dean of Student Success and Engagement. Ms. Paulette McIntosh, the Program Director for the Office of Student Engagement and Leadership. Ms. Marian L. Turin, the Associate Dean for Humanities, English, and Social Sciences. Ms. Lanise Tyree, the Director for Auxiliary Services and Event Management. And Ms. Sonia Williams, back there, who just joined us right now. And if there's any other special guests today, may you please rise to be recognized. Oh, we have Ms. Maria at the back. Can we please give you all a hand? Without much ado, we're going to move on to the next item. I'm going to go ahead and swear in our new senator for College-wide Forum, Mr. Mumin. Could you please raise your right hand and repeat after me? I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the Student Government Association, and that I will faithfully bear true allegiance, bear true allegiance to Prince George's Community College, and support the charter and laws thereof. And that I will, to the best of my skill and judgment, diligently and faithfully, and without partiality or prejudice, execute the office of Senator for College-wide of the Student Government Association, faithfully, of Prince George's Community College, according to the Constitution. Next, our special guest who will give us an update on the Center for Performing Arts. Please welcome them.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am so excited to be here and to share with you a few things about the academic programs that are going to happen in the Center for Performing Arts starting in the fall. So the first thing is I want you all to know that there are 3 floors. I call them of academic magnificence. So the first floor is going to be mainly our performing arts floor. Second floor, we're going to have television, radio, and film, and our dance program. And then the third floor is solely related to our music program. So for our performing arts and entertainment technology, once the fall turns around, you will notice that you will no longer see THE as the designator for our courses. We have changed everything to PRF, which is performance, and that includes all of our theater courses, most of our dance courses for now, and our entertainment technology program. So, on the first floor, we will have a black box theater that will be used primarily for student performances. The way the new curriculum has been written is that once students get to the end of a semester, each program will have a student-based performance. So the classes will be will probably be a little longer to account for time during the class sessions for students to practice and rehearse, but there will be black box performances for students in the dance area, in the theater area, and entertainment technology. In a proscenium theater, we will also hold student productions, so that's where we'll have our plays and whatnot. On that floor, we also have our television studio. I don't know if you've been to the one in Acton, but this one is not as large, but it is just as nice. So we're going to have our student programming there. We have an actual dedicated space to a sports nest, which is our television broadcast of our sports here on campus, and our podcasting studio. Right now we have our PRF new curriculum at MHEC, which is the Maryland Higher Ed Education Council, for approval, and we're waiting to hear from them so we can roll out our new programs in the fall. So we're going to have a new AA degree in general studies with an area of concentration in theater design and production. And we're going to also have a certificate in design and production, along with the AAS in general studies with the area of concentration in entertainment technology. Then, the next floor, we have our audio production studio. And in here, you will love to see that we have 3 actual spaces where students can make records, and you can record in there. There's 3 individual studio spaces there. We have a radio lab, voiceover lab, and whisper booths are up there. We have about 4 of those. We have 2 dance studios. And we're waiting on approval again from MHEC, but we're looking for 2 degrees in dance. One is going to be a certificate of dance and choreography, and then the other is an AA with the area of concentration in dance and choreography. So we just hired a dance faculty member. He started 1 month ago, and he is working feverishly to get the curriculum up and running, ready to roll, and we learned that we have our first dance student. Someone has showed interest, so we're excited about that. Hopefully we're ready to grow that program. And then lastly, on the 3rd floor is the music wing. I don't know if you know much about pianos, but we're going to be an all Steinway institution, the first community college in the state to be recognized. So all of our pianos are going to be Steinway, and because of that, we are going to have an inaugural Steinway concert. So you will definitely hear lots about that. And we're going to have 28 of those pianos, including 2 concert grand pianos on our main stage. So we're really happy about that. Then on the 3rd floor also, we'll have recital halls and practice rooms. They are much nicer than what you've seen in Marlboro, those holes in the wall there. Any questions about our academic programs?
Yeah.
So y'all gonna have art room for art majors?
So the art area is still staying in Marlboro Hall. Now, there is an art gallery in the Center for Performing Arts. However, that is not, we're working out what that art gallery is going to be right now, but the art program will be housed in Marlboro Hall. Then during that renovation, when they're finished, the art program will remain in Marlboro Hall, but the sculpture lab and ceramics, they're going to all come up and be a part of Marlboro when that's completed. So that's another new project that's in the works on the way to, but yes, the art department area is gonna stay in Marlboro.
Okay, I have a question, please.
Yes.
You previously mentioned that by the end of every semester, there was going to be a performance by the students. So I was wondering if it was solely for the students or other students invited to these performances?
Oh, absolutely. So well, primarily it's at the end of a class. So at the end of your class, you're gonna have a class performance with, and those students can invite whomever, and we can advertise that to anyone who wants to come and see, the performances of what's going
Y'all
on.
gonna have a drama club?
We are now invigorating the drama club. It is coming back. Professor Peggy Yates is the club, what do you call it, coordinator? Or advisor. Peggy Yates is the club advisor for that. So if you're interested, they had a meeting last week. So the drama club is definitely back in session. Anything else? All right, look forward to seeing you all in the CPA. Did you have a question?
No.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Do you have a question?
No,
Laura, Claudia, Samuel, we all have a question.
To make a motion to move the Senator Athletic Affairs update to
All in favor? Any opposed, any abstentions? The motion carries. Table number 2.
This is still under performing arts, it's two. It's the academic piece and then student advancement.
So can you make a motion?
Okay, I'd like to make another motion to move the Center for Performing Arts update back.
Can someone second that?
I second that.
All in favor? Any opposed, any abstentions? The motion carries.
Everybody for agreeing. Sorry. So did we not get a PowerPoint?
Oh, Miss Louise, oh.
Yeah, no,
Hello, everybody. So as you can see from this lovely side, I am the Director of Auxiliary Services and Event Management. And again, the only reason why we asked if I could go behind the programming piece is that I oversee the facility of CPA. So we just wanted to keep our kind of thoughts together, okay? So this is my team. This is probably 75% of them. The Auxiliary Services and Event Management team oversees quite a bit. Not only is it event management, but it's print shop, it's dining, it's the bookstore, it's also the culinary center, and it's also the CPA, and in July, it will also be the natatorium. So this is about 75% of my crew. So here's our mission, which I think I may have presented maybe a couple of months back. ASEM is a premier service provider for students, faculty, staff, and the surrounding community. We support the college's mission of contributing to cultural vibrancy through performing arts, events, campus services, and hospitality, while vigorously developing other sources of revenue and memorable experiences. So just to talk about the Center for Performing Arts, we do have a mission. This mission is encompassing all of the things that are in the building, including our academic program. As a facility, our mission is to be the region's premier destination and catalyst for advancing arts education and cultural expression through visual and performing arts. The Center for Performing Arts will be a vibrant artistic hub for cultural enrichment and dynamic opportunities for members of the campus and the greater community. Okay, so that is our mission as a facility. Our area highlights, it will open in August for classes. It opens August 19th. We are currently recruiting for a senior manager for the Center of Performing Arts, and we do have a planning committee, a planning committee meeting that meets every other Friday in CAT 133 at 1:30 p.m. So if you ever have any questions or if you're thinking of some different things, please feel free to email myself. We can bring it up at the planning committee, and if you're around, you can feel free to attend.
And we do have a student representative.
Yes.
The CAP president,
Mhm.
Lanika Prasad. She serves on our committee, so
Is
let her
Lanika
know.
around?
She has classes.
So our scope of work. So let's talk about what the building came from and what it's going to be. So the original building was 33,000 square feet, one theater, a little couple of offices, had a little bit of a really weird basement. But we're now quadrupling the size of the building, as you can see. It's gonna be 175,000 square feet. It will have 3 theaters, a conference center, an art gallery, a recording studio, a radio station, a recital hall, and 1 million classrooms. So we've more than upped the ante in what we're gonna be providing as a college. As you can see, the purpose of this renovation was to replace the deteriorated building infrastructure components, correct the extensive ADA issues that we had in the building, in the former building, modernize all of the finishes and equipment, provide spaces for a new dance major that will start in the fall in the theater curriculum, and drastically expand the spaces to improve and transform all of the various curriculums. So the curriculums that are listed here will now be listed in that building, okay? So theater, music, speech and communications, radio, and television and film. We have a full television and film studio on our first floor. So beyond the standard offices and classrooms, this is what we will feature. Our largest theater is 759 seats. Our second is our proscenium theater. It's 304. The next one that Ennis spoke about where the student performances will be is the Black Box Theater. It's 152 seats. We have theater labs, flexible lab space, scene and costume labs. For music, we have all kinds of rehearsal space on our third floor. Practice rooms, faculty music teaching studios, a live recording studio, and suite. For dance, we have our performance studio, our teaching studio. Radio, of course, we have a full radio lab. Television and film, we have our television and film studio, our mass communication lab, and our tech center. This is the layout of the first floor. As you can see, our lobby, where most of you will come in, there are several entrances on the first floor, but most of you will come in where 1 is placed on the list here. 2 is your grand theater, 3 is your proscenium, 4 is your black box. Where 5 is, you will have a Starbucks. So we will have a Starbucks on campus. Okay, we just walked with them today. That's why I have hat here. Because we want to make sure that we have all the correct blenders, all of the right coffee makers, and anything that I need to still buy so I can get y'all a Starbucks. But we had a very successful meeting with them, and we're very excited about that addition coming to campus. Okay. We have an art gallery. Again, as Ennis said, the art gallery will be adjacent to the Marlboro Art Gallery. However, we will open the building with a student and alumni show in this art gallery. Okay. Again, number 7 is your conference rooms, and then it's not numbered, but these are classrooms up here. Okay. Your TV studio is going to be down behind the Proscenium Theater, which is number 8. It is a full television film studio. That 8 is not just that room, it is this entire orange block. So there's an engineering suite. This is where our command center is. You'll be able to pipe sound from any room to any other room. So if we have an orchestra in-house, we can't have an orchestra in our grand theater because we don't have an orchestra pit. But if we put them on our third floor in our recital hall, we can pipe that sound from there to our grand theater as a performance is going on. So if we have a Broadway play and we gotta have an orchestra, well, the orchestra will be in the building. You may not see them, but they will be in the building, okay? On our second floor, we've got our dance, TV, and more classrooms and labs, okay? So this will become more student-friendly. There's also a student, I wanna call it a lounge area on the second floor. It's a really nice place. We're trying to outfit it with cozy seating, enough outlets for charging and all those fun things, but we want to make sure you're comfortable. We also walked today to do vending, just to make sure that you have enough where you are, that you can get little snacks so you don't have to feel like you have to walk all the way down to the first floor to get something to eat, okay? So our music recording studio, I know that came up as a question the last time you had pizza with the president, right? We will not be renting out the space for the first year. I really want to make sure for the classes and our student usage that we work through what that muscle looks like for the first year. And then after that year, we can possibly discuss what rental looks like, okay? For students that, you know, want to work on an EP or a mixtape, I'm very hip to the things. You'll be able to do all those things in there. However, you may not be able to do it the first year. I need to see how the space works with the classes, with the students that are in the program, and then we can talk about it, okay? But what was my other question on, another question, Paulette? There was another question about the recording studio, or was it the radio station?
So it says,
There was one more.
The dance, for rehearsal.
There we go.
And stuff, for
And then
clubs, so we're practice and.
and then
Dance
will
and
there be larger lockers for art students? And then will there be an art gallery in Queen Anne?
So art students will not be housed in this building. Art students will still be in Marvel as it transitions. However, there are lockers in the building. They're gonna be similar to the lockers where you walk up and you put in the 4-digit code that you make, and then, you know, the person behind you makes a different one, blah, blah, blah. So we'll have those kind of lockers for the students that are in the programs. So we won't have art lockers because we're not teaching art in the facility. The dance question. So the dance performance studio is 13, 14 is the practice studio. We have a very robust dance program that's coming in the fall. They are plotting the classes right now. We are still waiting on continuing education to tell us what dance pieces they will do if they do that. Then, once that academic schedule is finalized, then we can talk about student usage and students using the space. I need to make sure the academic program is complete, set, and ready before I authorize the use of rental space. You will still do it the same way that you currently do it now through Reggie and event management. You guys know I oversee them too. You'll still fill out the form like you need to. You'll need to have an advisor present because this is a new facility. We want to make sure all the things stay as new as possible for as long as possible, okay? But we are open to it, but we just want to make sure we have the time available that you're looking for, all right? So that's our second floor. We also have a third floor on this building. That is our music section. We have a recital hall down here at the bottom that can fit 125 people in a 50-piece orchestra. And this is also where all the percussion labs, the practice rooms, and what else am I forgetting up there?
Music technology lab.
Music technology lab. This will be where the music students are. So as you notice, the only levels that really mix are multi-use on the first floor. But that's not only gonna have you guys, students, staff, and faculty, that'll have people coming in for shows, you guys going to comedy shows or whatever poetry slams we have over there, whatever that is. But on the second floor is more student faculty base. That's where all the faculty offices are. That's where most of the theater and performance and dance are. But then the third floor is predominantly the music program, okay? You know what it used to look like. For some of you, you might not, but this is what it used to look like. The bottom is what it looks like now. We've stayed pretty true to this rendering, okay? Again, the old Queen Anne Fine Arts building, and then what it looks like currently. Again, on the far left, old Howard Theater. This is what the new one looks like. The Proscenium Theater, which none of you have experienced, and you will in the fall. It's brand new, fully erected, addition to the building. It's a gorgeous theater. Then our black box, which is over here on the right in the purple. Okay, as you see, it has seating in it. The seating is retractable. So the seats we can push all the way back into the wall, and we can just use the flat floor and 4 walls for a reception, practice, rehearsal, another space that will be available to students once we finalize what the schedules are, okay? And then we have our dance performance studio down here on the bottom. As you see, there's people sitting on risers. That's because there are 2 risers in there. You can fit probably about a good 85 people to watch a performance. There's sound and light and rigging and curtaining, so if you don't want the ambient light or the natural light coming in, you can curtain the whole thing, and you can use our performance lighting in our sound. Okay, so we try to think of pretty much all of the things. This is what your lobby space used to look like. wasn't really a lobby. It was like kind of a very low ceiling, and that used to be your box office with the 3 windows right there. So on the right-hand side is what it looks like inside. We have a grand atrium. You can walk in and see all 3 theaters directly in front of you. Where the black box is, there is a ticket window, and you will be able to buy tickets on site. For students, students will have a student discount with their student ID, so I advise all of you to go get your ID if you don't have it, because you will not get a student discount. We will be doing CAB-sponsored events in the building in the fall. We're doing a comedian show, we've got a comedy show, we've got Salish the hypnotist, we've got a magician coming who's actually very funny. But the comedy show I think you guys are gonna really like. The first 350 students are in for free. After that, it's $20. Okay? But you gotta have a student ID. You gotta know a lot of you don't have it, but you gotta have it, okay? So types of events to be held. This is probably 35% of what we've booked. It's not everything, and we're still looking for ideas for more. The next list that we show you guys will have more family shows on it, because we're looking at like Dinosaur Alive, My Little Pony, Goosebumps. I was just talking with our technical director, Rob, who's right here, about some more family shows that we want to embed. We're also doing the Nutcracker. We may be doing 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. But I'm also looking for, what ideas you guys have. We have a booking committee that meets twice a month. So if you have any ideas, please send us anybody that you're thinking of. And if they fall within the correct price range, you might be able to make it happen. Paulette is your best advocate. And most of you know Ms. McIntosh. When it comes to student-sponsored things in a partnership with the CPA, that's how we're doing the CAB events. That's why we're going to be building onto that for more things in the spring as well. We've got a couple of things that we're already trying to sit down and look at some dates for. So don't be alarmed, it's only maybe 30% of the list. It's going to be a very robust first year, and we're really excited about it. I want to say that's the end of my presentation. Does anybody have any questions?
Do y'all have a costume room?
A costume room? Yes.
Yeah. Cause I want to be costume for the.
Well, we've got a program for it.
Oh, wonderful.
What was your question?
And if you can paraphrase the question, because we have folks watching.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. The gentleman asked if we are going to have a costume room. We will have a costume and scene shop. Yes.
Oh, you said that you're planning classes right now for the dance major.
That is correct. They are.
How many credits do you know yet?
It is.
How many credits? We're looking to have a AA degree and a certificate program, so you can get a full AA degree or certificate. And the dance coordinator is looking to create some articulation agreements, especially with Towson University, Howard University, in some areas, so students can have the option of transfer right over.
Just raise your hand.
Will that area be also open to like clubs or like to use the space for performances?
Same thing. You'll still go through the same process that you normally go through. And depending on the schedule and what's available, we will do our best to manage expectations. But there are certain things that just kind of won't fit. I know like the runway show and a few other things that Reggie and Leandri have brought up to me, just trying to see how it would fit and how you could do it in a way where you feel comfortable with your presentation and it's going to be received in a way that you want for your audience, because those are the things that I design. So we're walking through what that looks like for some of the larger clubs that have some of the bigger things. But I do think that for most things, we should be able to facilitate it. But there will be some things that may have to stay here in Largo, okay?
Oh, I just wanted to add like an estimate of students you're sure to be here in the fall. You have a number?
For the academic program, that would be for MS.
No, we don't.
There was another question?
But they have to
What
hire.
class?
One second, he's got the microphone, and we'll come to you next, okay?
It looks like
It's because it's close to this.
There's monitors back there. Come on, go ahead.
it looks like y'all showed the model of the Washington Convention Center from the front.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you?
I don't know if that's what they did. This design was from 5 years. Like, it's your cell phone. It's your cell phone.
Your cell phone.
Yeah, it's the one on the table. So the front of the building, I wasn't here during the design. They started designing 5 years ago. However, I will take that as a note that you think the building looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
I'm gonna go with that. And then Jim, you had a question?
What's the name of the, program? What class?
So when it comes to the class names, I'm not gonna be the person for the class names, but Rob, he's asking for the name of the costume classes.
I don't have, what? They are written and they are in the schedule, but I am sorry, I don't have it memorized.
Okay, but it's coming.
It'll be obvious that it's a costume class, in the catalog. So when you go through the schedule, it will be obvious because it will be in the title. I don't know the exact wording though,
Okay.
but costuming is part of
But
it.
it'll be there in the fall. So you'll see it in the summer in the next book. Okay.
How about, theater?
One more time, theater.
Yeah, theater class.
So there's several theater classes. Again, it'll be in the catalog that you'll see in the summer. And remember that the titling has changed from THE to PRF. So just look for that when you get the next catalog, okay? All right. Who else had questions? Yes.
So the music department that's in Marvel right now, will that move over to performing?
Correct.
And then will that still be used for music department or?
It will not. Marvel will be going through a renovation for the next 2 years. So a lot of this is done in a way where this new building is opening, so these 4, 5, 6 different departments are moving into there and coming out of these spaces because we need to renovate where they were previously. Okay.
One last question.
Sure.
Talk about the student
You
discount.
guys, Edward is asking a question, but we don't have a microphone.
Oh.
So my question is in regards to the student discount.
Yes.
How much would that be?
I believe it's 10%.
Oh, for like Starbucks?
I see where her priority is. So the discount that we were discussing was for the tickets for show.
Oh, okay, that word.
But it would be 10%, yes.
Can we do 20%?
I don't know, I think it's 10, it's either 10 or 20,
I think it's more than 10%.
I think it's more than 10%, but it's either 10 or 20.
Okay,
But
thank you.
with your ID, you do get a discount, period, you do get a discount.
But you can charge your student representative Monica Prasad to advocate at the meeting.
Yes, that is
I
true.
think she's jealous.
Yes.
All right.
One last question?
What will happen to Marlboro Hall in the next 2 years?
Renovation, so they're gonna renovate it completely.
It's gonna be demolished.
So, wait, because you're by your phone, because you brought his phone back out. So what he's asking is it going to be demolished? It's not demolishing, it's renovating. So,
Gutted.
there, so they're gonna gut it and we're gonna modernize the building, so that's why it's going to take so long. Like how they did Center Performing Arts, you know, that took 3 years to build. We're on the back end of our 3rd year. It's gonna take about the same for Marlboro, because that building is quite old. It's one of the first buildings that was built when the college was opened. Okay? I think that's all the questions I can take, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. Again, my name is Lenise Tyree, and I'm the Director of Auxiliary Services and Event Management. You're with me.
Thank you, Ms. Tyree, for that very wonderful update. I think Ladika should have passed around some index cards. So if you have any questions that you want to ask Dr. Jeeks, this is the time for you to write them down. So as soon as she comes in, we can just collect them and ask her the questions, okay?
Once you've written your questions down, and those who are watching the live stream, I guess, can they put their question in the comments? Are you able to see that through the YouTube live?
They
Or
can,
no?
no, know. But Prince can get that to us because he's watching this right now. Yeah, so Prince can get that to us.
So if there are additional questions in addition to what was submitted, they can,
Yeah, sorry.
I guess, it could maybe post it on Instagram or Twitter or something. And someone else can monitor that for those questions.
My ears. My ears.
I want to bring the microphone.
So while everyone is putting up that, if you have a ticket, we're gonna start serving food and we will in order. Yes.
You're going to do that quietly and then come back to your seat and
So
we'll
please
continue on.
wait until your table is called so you can go to the table and get some food.
So those who are serving, just to make sure that you are ready to go.
And a side note, during this meeting, we're going to be giving out prizes for students who are very active. So the more you're active, the more chances you have to win prizes.
Well, I really don't have time. I hate time. Do you want me to ask somebody if they're to get in front of them? No, right? I can just skip. You just tell them that you have to leave. You can have to leave. Of course.
Instagram page. But while we were eating food, we want to play some music as well. We want to maybe take a video of.
Can I get a picture of you?
Sure.
Why do I feel like I'm in Charlie Brown? Charlie Brown with this music.
Building is really nice. I want to go on a tour.
Never. Oh, you weren't here last time. Oh yeah, we went on the tour. It's
Out
beautiful.
the building?
Make it happen, Edward.
Huh?
Yeah, make it happen, Edward. Where are we talking to our room?
We went last semester.
Well, I'm saying make it happen for me.
Oh, okay.
And me.
Okay.
That's a fact.
Okay, good.
Fix that hearing aid, bro.
I think you can say.
No, I wasn't. I heard perfectly. You know it, because I'm going to go for him. What you about to talk about?
Can we please be seated? We're going to continue with the reports. Please have a seat.
Lord, their class was pretty long.
Oh.
What do you say?
I think.
Yeah. Oh, do you?
His number actually.
Let's see. Right? See, what's your name? Alex, you gotta know.
Repeat the question that I just
Yeah, I just wanted to say this.
Okay. He asked if we had a former wrestling team. Unfortunately, we did not. But he wanted to see if we could start one up. So I didn't see something.
usually having a team, you have to have it for competition, and the other community colleges don't have that as part of their competitive sports.
I had a question for you all. I'm gonna, I got
Yeah.
I know you guys are going crazy.
Are they excited for homecoming?
Yeah, like you guys excited? Hold on. Let me go around the room. I gotta ask a question. See if you guys can answer.
Anyone who answers the question gets a free giveaway.
Yeah, there's all that those. Communities A, B, and C upstairs. You have a question from Laura?
We have a question from Laura that says, when is the pet rally?
When?
Yes, when?
April, it will be April 23rd, from 2 to 6.
Any other questions? All right.
I got a question for you.
Oh.
Let me ask this real quick. Can I ask you something? Why do you all not come say names? Why don't come say names? I want to know. Now, seriously speaking of the girl, I want to know why you don't come say names. I mean, let me go around and over.
What are the reasons?
Yeah, I would like to know.
That's a good question. Conflict between schedules?
I say it's not like a university, students come to the meeting.
So since we're not an actual 4-year university, is that what you said?
Is that your reason?
Is that your reason or not?
Some students might have to work after school.
Okay, work, okay.
Work. Any other?
Yeah.
What other money?
Okay, guys, you cannot go in the back of the room with the, so have people, folks come up.
Sometimes classes in the schedule, I have a little one, and sometimes for advising and stuff, they have to come to me, so.
You take one class and three classes?
Yeah, I do that. I take 2 weeks.
8 classes?
Yes.
Any other reasons? I want to know. Any other reasons?
It's a gift, it's a 2-pocket folder. You don't want it?
I didn't want to see what it is.
Or you didn't know what it, you using the paper?
Not really.
You don't need, if you don't take it.
Well, no more
Or
questions.
give it to another student.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Hope you all have a wonderful spring break.
You too.
Thank you very much for that update. I want to take this moment to recognize the faculty and staff that just joined us. Please, if you just by show of hands.
Did you get a folder? You can ask me.
Oh,
you have it.
So, as Stefan mentioned, we just want to make sure that we're keeping you all as much involved as possible. So we have some prizes that we're giving out throughout this town hall. So just endeavor to get as active as possible, okay? That being said, I want to welcome Ms. Rachel Myers now for a college-wide forum.
Thank you. As Edward mentioned, my name is Myers. I'm the Senator for College Forum. And I'll be presenting today's report.
Wait, can you move the mic? Move the mic down.
Okay. The first college-wide forum of the semester was held on February 19th. The Executive Council delivered a report which included information about the possible addition of reserved parking for staff and faculty in the land lot. In addition, some of the rooms and halls of land are hard to access for students with disabilities, as some of the doors are either too heavy or do not have a functional handicap button to open them. There was also an update on the auxiliary services here on campus, in which the forum was told that the Larberson Center will be renovated in 2022. Then there was a presentation on IT security, where the forum was made aware of the recent email spoofing and impersonation issues refrain from opening suspicious emails, documents, or any other things, or avoid using third-party sources to conduct school-related business. The second call of our forum was held on March 5th, where the forum announced that they plan to hold a special call of forum meeting for the students on April 16th, 2019, where all topics and discussions will be dedicated to student affairs and resources here on campus. The purpose of the special meeting will be to better inform the student body of what resources are available and provide students with the opportunity to offer feedback and suggestions. Then the forum was informed by the College Life and Culture Committee, that there will soon be a diaper changing tables added to the restrooms across campus for students who have young children. The College Life and Culture Committee also shared that they are discussing the establishment of PGCC's Founders Day to celebrate the day of the college's founding and increase student engagement. In addition, there was a presentation on Navigate, the student success program platform, which is an advising app that is available to new and current students to help them transition and navigate through their time at PGCC. In addition, the app will be both on iOS and Android devices, and instructions for how to use the app will be on each new acceptance letter for new students. Some of the key features of Navigate are the customized academic plan, the best fit schedule to plan out your semester. The app on your phone will have push notifications so you know to meet with your advisors, the to-do list, academic support and planning features, map and location services, and a personalized calendar that is synced with your professor or advisor's calendar so you can schedule special meetings. Lastly, Dr. Dukes informed the forum of the updates made to the college code, which may also result in the realignment of the student code of conduct for consistency purposes. Dr. Dukes also discussed the proposed state bill to extend the Promise Program scholarship to our four-year university partners. He added that the funds for the renovation of the Largo Student Center will be included in the capital budget. They are also pursuing more financial aid to students with learning disabilities, as well as scholarships for students in workforce development who do not qualify for federal Pell Grants. And this concludes today's college forum report. Are there any questions?
Wait, I have a question. So you mentioned that there's a committee that spoke on College Life Forum about the diaper changing stations. Do you know when they're going to roll
I don't know. I'm aware. They have not announced this. They're still discussing it and planning it out.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay.
What was that app you mentioned?
Sorry.
Navigate.
Navigate, yeah, the student success app. It's an advising app. Any other questions? Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks very much, Rachel, for that report. Hi, everyone. Hello, everyone. Thank you. Please, let's keep some energy, okay? Okay, keep clap for yourselves, please. So, now we're going to proceed to my report. I'm going to try to be as brief as possible, but I will need your interaction, okay? Because this is information that I want you all to assimilate, okay? Awesome. So, a few highlights. We have student elections that are currently going on, and I think today is the last day to submit your intent to run, and it's due like 5 p.m.
Why not? Yes.
Okay. So today, 5 p.m. is the last day to say, hey, I want to be the next SGA president, vice president, or senator on SGA or CAB, okay? And the next thing I'll be talking about is the story of Kikobi And most importantly, PGCC needs your leadership. Did y'all hear that?
Yeah.
PGCC needs your leadership. PGCC needs student leaders like you to run this campus, okay? Next thing,
The story of keeping your full. I'll talk about it later.
it's just a fictive personality.
Yeah.
So I just want to reiterate what Taylor said. Congrats to the men's basketball team. We're very proud of them for being our champions. And because we're around elections period, your SGA has a few amendments that we are hoping to make to our current constitution. And the next slide is going to be talking about those referendums that we want to make to the constitution. And here's the thing, we want to make these amendments, but we need you guys for you the students. So I'll go ahead and show you what it looks like, but the trade-off is we need 500 signatures from you the students, okay? Are you all clear on that?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first referendum, it will be to modify the SGA requirements to run for executive positions. So SGA executive positions include president, vice president, chief of staff, and treasurer. And the amendment would be to consider related experience and all those already. I don't want to go through each and every one of them, but those are requirements we're thinking about including to the Constitution to run for an executive position in SGA. Got it? The next referendum will be to change, because currently every senator in SGA is called Senate Director for a certain department. So instead of having that long appellation, we just want to cut it short and say Senator for athletics or Senator for college-wide form. Are you clear on that one?
Yeah.
And also, we want to add Senator for workforce development and continuous education to the SGA Senate. That's one of the proposals we have for this year's amendments to the Constitution. Please stop me if you do have any questions or anything that appears to be unclear to you, okay? The next referendum would be to add secretary to the e-board. So as I earlier mentioned, we have president, vice president, chief of staff, and treasurer, but we do not have an official e-board position referred to as secretary. And here we go. Who heard about PGCC Navigate? Who's heard about it? By show of hands. So the official launch, I think it's March 26th. But because you all made it to this town hall today, you're going to be given the privilege to download the app firsthand and test it now.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I had the permission from the team. You can go to the App Store right now while I'm talking, download this app, and we can have a quick walkthrough. And everyone who downloads the app will have a free prize from SGA.
They know which, when they go into navigate, when they tell them what to go to. Oh, okay.
Okay, do you have anything to say, Azalea? So please take out your phones real quick, go to the App Store, and search Navigate. It should look like this on the App Store. While you do that, I want to take a moment to recognize the president who just walked in, Dr. Charlene Dukes. And Mr. Ron back there, he worked on the Navigate, so please give it up for me too. So while you download the app and kind of get a feel of what it looks like, I'm going to give the floor to the president so she can go ahead and answer your questions, okay? And if you have any questions, I'll answer them after her presentation.
Well, thanks all. So how's everybody doing? Good. So this is not a good day for me.
Wait, why?
Because I'm tired. You all get tired sometimes. I don't get tired often,
Ready for
but I'm
spring
tired.
break?
I am really tired today. Have been in Annapolis for the last 2 months, certainly trying to work to bring home resources to Prince George's Community College, either through our operating budget or our capital budget, which allows us to do all the renovations you all see going on around the campus. And then just trying to make sure that it's a past legislation, that it's legislation that's helpful to and not harmful to students. Many of you are aware that in the fall of this year, the Maryland Community College Promise Scholarship will begin. The applications will be up on the Maryland Higher Education Commission website on April the 15th. And we're also going to put a link on the homepage of our website. So for those of you who go out and review it and you believe that you meet the qualifications and the criteria for it, it'll take you directly to the MHEC site and then to the application. It does say that you must have graduated from high school within the last 2 years. And I believe, what I'm not sure of right now, if it's so would you have had to have graduated by fall of 2017, or does it start this year and it's 2 years from now? So we'll find out all of that information and make sure that we're communicating it with you. And the other great thing about the Maryland Community College Promise Scholarship is that if you attend your local community college, you receive the scholarship, then with the Maryland Promise Plus Scholarship, it will give you $10,000 a year to pursue your education at your four-year institution for those 2 years. So we've really been working on that and making sure that as our students across all 16 Maryland community colleges, you can understand what your next step is, what the criteria is to continue to receive the scholarship, and that you keep your eyes on the prize as it relates to both your associate degrees and your baccalaureate degrees. So I'm going to go ahead and answer a few questions. The first is, will there be a guest speaker for graduation? We always have a guest speaker at graduation, and this year will be no different. We've sent out the invitation. It is a local here to the Washington, D.C. region, and as soon as we get an affirmative response back, we'll make the announcement. It is someone who's had her organization has had a great partnership with Prince George's Community College, and while she has a regional and national reputation, she actually lives here in Prince George's County. So I think it's someone that you'll be pleased about. And again, as soon as we get the verbal affirmation from her, we'll make sure to start getting the information out to students and to our total college community. Now, somebody needs some coffee because you're asking about the removal of a coffee machine here at the college. I don't know anything about that, but what I've done is ask Ms. McIntosh to follow up with our Director of Events Management and Scheduling, who manages our relationship too with Thompson's Hospitality that provides our food service as well as all of our vending machines. So she'll follow up and see what happened and what we need to do in order to restore it. The question is, will Bladen Hall also be renovated? The answer is yes. It is on the schedule for renovation. And if I recall correctly, we have started working on the what I would call the vision for the design. Now, the first floor of Bladen Hall was renovated several years ago, so we'll give the first floor what we call a refresh. So we'll freshen it up. It is the second and the third floors of Bladen that will go through a major renovation. The other thing you all should know is that Marlboro Hall's renovation will start in, the spring of 2020.
Wow.
Marlboro Hall. Now, that means that we're going to have to move everyone out of that facility, and it's a huge facility. We'll have to relocate faculty, staff, and classrooms. And there's a committee being formed now to look at the plans that facilities has put forward in order for us to deal with that sort of movement so that we're not disrupting the lives of students or the lives of employees too much. What I would also suggest is that once we're ready with the schemata and the design, that Dave Mosby, Henry Dixon, and their staff come and just show you what we're looking at. It'll be a 3-story building, I believe, faculty offices, but there'll also be, we're looking at ways that we can think about education beyond the moment. So all of our buildings tend to, before we start talking about renovation, they tend to be about 40 years old. So the one thing I can tell you is when we renovate Marlboro, just like we did the Center for Advanced Technology, really, which is new, Center for Health Studies is a new building, but Lanham Hall, you know, there was a renovation and construction. That building will be around for a long time. And that's why we try to look at ways that spaces are, the physical spaces, how they support engagement for students, student to student, and then certainly faculty to student, staff to student, and then in many ways as employees, how we engage with each other. So we're looking at buildings that will have a lot of glass, have a group of 10 students who might be collaborating on a project, but at the same time, having one student who just wants to be off to himself or herself studying or having some quiet time. So we're excited about that, and the facilities team will come back and show you the design and drawing for that. Again, we'll start shutting the building down this fall, late fall, so that we would have everyone moved out over the winter. Classes that you might ordinarily have taken in Marlboro will be located someplace else. And faculty where you might have gone to their offices in Marlboro, they'll be located someplace else. And we're starting to figure all of that out now. I've actually been in Annapolis for the last 2 days advocating for the design money for this building, Largo Student Center, so that it'll be somewhere around a $50 to $64 million renovation on this building, and it will add a 3rd floor. So that's what we're looking at, and I think as students, you all actually met with the design team and talked to them about what would make this a good student engagement sort of space for you. So we're excited about that.
And they'll be coming back to give an update at the May 2nd town hall meeting.
So May 2nd, that design team will be back to give an update. Now the other comment is, I'm under the assumption that slowly the entire school is being renovated. And is that true? And the answer is yes. I've been here for a long time. I've been president for 12, going on 13 years. And one of the things that I knew from the very beginning is that we needed to freshen up and modernize our facilities. And that's the journey that we've been on. Now, I can't tell you that I'll be here for we still have 2 or 3 buildings that need some work. Marlboro will come, Blade will come, Largo Student Center. We still need to get the natatorium on the list, and Kent Hall, the administration building. So I'm not going to tell you I'll be here for all of that, but I'll certainly do my best to make sure that all of those are on the renovation and or new construction list. So I understand we already spoke about this ghost wrestling team that people thought we had. We might wrestle, but it's not as a team. Now Laurel College Center sent over some questions, and I'm gonna read you all the questions, but we're gonna answer them the next time.
Okay.
Because they're just a little too deep for me today.
And you'll be there May 2nd, they have their town hall there, May 2nd.
I'll do my best to be there May 2nd. It depends on you know, the life of a president is we have schedules, but those schedules are made to be broken. So we're gonna do our best to be there.
So perhaps if you don't think you'll make it, you can provide us with some of the answers.
Exactly.
I'll make sure I'm there.
Well, right now it's on the calendar, so,
But if,
so,
you know, if the presidential thing happens.
right. So here are the questions. What are the most pressing issues and challenges being faced by community colleges today? What do you think Prince George's Community College, primarily the Laurel College Center, will look like 5 years from now? If I decided to be president of a community college, what advice would you give on being a successful president? What are the challenges and what are the rewards? And then, see, it's deep today. It's deep. I'll be honest, it's deep. I was telling the administrators on Monday that over the weekend I went to see Ain't Too Proud to Beg in New York, sort of Temptations revival, and then I watched the Aretha Franklin special on Sunday night. So when I came to work on Monday, I had my groove going, and they gassed it like within the first 5 minutes. I was like, wow, I had a good groove going on, and now we have to talk about work. So, and then they asked, will the college be looking into any additional 4-year partnerships with colleges and universities out of state? So what I will promise to do is to give these questions some thought. I can probably answer at least 2 or 3 of them right now, but I would just not be truthful if I didn't tell you all I'm tired. And so I'm gonna ask you all to give me a break today, and then I'll be back at the next town hall meeting and we'll make it work. Is that all right? We have Board of Trustees meeting tonight too, so where's Edward? He'll be with me tonight. So I can't be too tired. He'll be with me, Paulette will be with me, Dr. Foreman will be with me, Mr. Kennan will be with me. Ron, you'll be with us.
In spirit.
In spirit. All right. Associate Dean Terrain will be with us. And we've been here almost every morning this week at 6:30 or 7 a.m. and not leaving until 9 or 10 o'clock at night. So you all bear with me today. I really appreciate it. We'll be prepared to be deep when I come back. All right?
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Dr. D, for all that you do for the college. Can you please get up for everything? Two more questions.
Well, actually, it's more than 2.
Hello, I am Dr. Foreman, and I'm going to answer these questions that came after Dr. Hughes had the questions. So the first one is, why does it take so long for clubs to get their money back? Specifically, from last semester, the club had activities and met all volunteer hour requirements. So I am going to assume you're talking about a reimbursement?
Or payment.
Or payment. I need some clarity. Reimbursement from funds you put out yourself, or is it that it was a requisition?
Is there a mic?
What is that? Feedback.
I am assuming.
I need clarification to answer this. So is the person gone, or just doesn't want to talk, want to see me afterwards?
I'm assuming this is from the Caribbean Student Association, the troubleshooting and
Okay, so
payment
when you,
of performers from last semester.
okay, so when we have performers, there's a process through procurement where they have to submit a W-9. So they have to provide us with a document that allows procurement to know that they're legitimate. And so once that is submitted, then we're able to process the payment. So if the payment is not processed, it's either there was a problem with the W-9 or there was a problem with what was put in the system. So I would need some additional information to be able to answer this specifically.
I could speak to you after, talk to you.
Yeah, afterwards you come talk to me. Okay, is there any way 2 students will be able to major and minor in the future? Let's all see things right. We help each other.
Okay, so currently in our system, we allow students to have 1 major, and that has to do with some financial aid guidance designations for how we craft your pathway here at the institution. So where you may have been able to in the past have 2 or 3 different majors, we are encouraging everyone to just choose one, because we need you to work through, if we're gonna work through pathways, we need you to work on one program at a time. So you won't be able to identify a major and a minor as you would have in the past, but you will be able to choose a pathway, finish that pathway, and if you want to choose a different pathway after that, you are able to do that. But at this time, we are encouraging that you choose one pathway.
Thank you. And so we're on a roll about this sports thing here. Will we get a term for Maryland State sport? I'm not sure what that means. Anybody want to clarify? Something about a term
Is
for
that your
sports?
question? You want to?
Yes, what is your question?
Don't go too.
Yeah, don't, we can't get close to each other.
Will we get a team for Maryland State sport?
What is Maryland State sport?
Jousting.
If it's not a part of the
Oh, jousting.
Is that part of track and field?
Okay, so we currently have teams that are field, the teams have been selected based on interest and what we're able to maintain. And so one of the issues with new sports is who we compete against. And so when we think of something that may be popular to us and we don't have other community colleges in the area that we can compete against, then we really can't field a new team. Okay? All right. Okay. And then someone was asking about sister university. So we have lots of sister universities, all the ones we have articulation agreements with. Is there something specific? So the state of Maryland, the Code of Maryland, COMAR, has a transfer agreement for the public, for your institutions, to take our students' transfer credits with a certain level of consistency. And so if you're thinking of something outside of that, I once again need for you to tell me what specifically you're talking about. Yes, is that you too? Okay, all right, yes.
I was asking if Pittsburgh Community College will ever make up not make up, but have a Pittsburgh University.
Okay, so I've learned in my 25 years plus in higher education, not to ever say never. But right now, we're not exploring the baccalaureate degree as a part of what we're doing. We also are not exploring any pipeline outside of what we currently do. So our articulation agreements are really pretty strong. We have a consistent set of colleges that our students typically transfer to. We have a very strong transfer presence on campus. We currently have 3 colleges that are here every day, and then others that come in every other month, quarterly, depending on what it is they're doing. We have a very strong presence of our 4-year partners, and so I think that we are very strong with that, and we have not explored an actual university as a sister institution, but our partnerships are strong. Okay, does that answer your question? Okay, you're welcome. Are there any other questions before I give the mic back to?
I have a response to the question about vending machine and the coffee maker.
Okay, we have a response about the vending machine.
Okay.
So the response that I received, the vending machines in the hollow tree that were removed will not be replaced because they have the lowest revenue, meaning it was underutilized. So they removed those. However, the coffee machines will be replaced and they're working on that right now. So that's the response.
Okay, so if you've been noticing, they changed most of the vending machines out around campus. They're a little more expensive. They take credit cards, but they've been changing them out. So the goal is that the coffee machines will be incorporated into the new machinery. Are we good for now? All right, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Coleman. I wish to take a moment to recognize the students who went to Annapolis for Student Advocacy Day. If you did go, can you please stand up and be recognized? Can you please be up? These are the students who actually represented us during Student Advocacy Day, and we need to really recognize them for their good work. That being said, I want to take a quick minute to actually swear in our new Senator for Club Relations, Ms. Clea Johnson.
I, Clea Johnson,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the Student Governance Association,
of the Student Governance Association,
and that I will
faithfully bear true allegiance to Prince George's Community College
and support the Charter
and laws thereof,
and that I will,
to the best of my skill and judgment,
to the best of my skill and judgment,
diligently and faithfully,
and without partiality or prejudice,
and without partiality or prejudice,
execute the office of
Senator of Club Relations
of the Student Governance Association,
faithfully,
of Prince George's Community College,
according to the Constitution thereof.
I'm guessing we've all had the time to download the app. By show of hands, if you've already downloaded it. Awesome. So were you able to go through each of these tabs, the to-dos, appointments, study buddies? Were you able to play around with it? Okay. Now there's the last thing I would ask of you guys. There is a survey at the end, I think. So do you want to tell more about it? Survey?
Thanks everyone for taking the time to download the mobile app. So this is kind of a big deal. I know everyone's been hearing about Navigate for over a year now. So the people in this room are the first students at college that have had the access to download the Navigate mobile app. And the rest of the student body will not have the opportunity to do this until the 26th, so after spring break. So what I'm hoping that you guys do here is take spring break. Play around with the mobile app, click on each of the links, try different things, try to break it, have fun with it. But at the very end, what you will notice is there's a section called to-dos. Now in the to-dos section, that's where the college can send you reminders about important things that you need to know to be able to stay in good status with the college. It might be reminders that you have something to do with your financial aid. If you have a verification document to turn in, and those of you guys who have been selected for verification knows how important it is to stay on top of that. But anything that's important that the college needs you to take care of will be in that to-dos. I put something in the to-dos that I want you to take care of before the end of spring break. It is a survey. Tell us what you think. After you've had a chance to use the app, please complete the survey in the to-do section, and any comments or feedback that you provide to us will help make the experience better for the rest of the students when they get a chance to download it as of March 26th. So everyone, thank you very much. If you have difficulty logging into the mobile app or any challenges, myself and Shanae are here to help you, so just wave your hand and we can come by to assist. But thanks everyone. Okay.
So who remembers the highlight of all Kobe that I talked about at the start of my presentation? Let me go back. parts, I was talking about the story of Kikobi. So who wants to know about the story? Okay, so I have an assignment for you. If you want to know more about this story, locate the SGA office and come to me after this. I'm serious. And we'll be giving prizes. So if you want to hear this story about Kikobi, please locate the SGA office and come to us after this, okay? All right. That being said, I have a few announcements to make. MHEC. We will be hosting the April 20th MHEC meeting on this campus, so I'm inviting as many students as possible to be there. We're going to be providing you all with refreshments, and you'll be meeting students from other community colleges and universities in Maryland. Sure. It will be in the
Culinary Arts Banquet.
Yeah, Banquet Hall, Culinary Arts Building. April 20th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. The next thing I want to talk about is student elections. So who knows about the elections? You don't? Do you know about it? Who does not know about the elections? So here's what it is. This is an opportunity for you to step onto leadership and actually run for an SGA position or campus activities board. And all you need to do in order to do that is to submit an intent to run. And like I already mentioned, they're due today at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. So please stop by the Office of Student Engagement and Leadership. If you do not have access to the form, fill out that form and submit it to Ms. McIntosh and have a chance to run for leadership position.
Actually, it has to be submitted electronically. It's on my PGCC, and you go under governance and go to the SGA page. Right on the top of their page where it says join SGA, it has the information and the form.
Got it? Taylor already talked about homecoming this year. So we'll be having homecoming from April 22nd to 27th. And also the last two college-wide forum meetings will be on April 1st and May 21st. That being said, can I do something that you learned today? What have you learned today?
Okay.
We're giving out prizes, remember? You? What have you learned today?
Is it talking to someone? Okay.
My name is Jeremiah, and I learned that bigger and better changes are going to be coming to the school very soon.
Correct.
I learned that, my name is Anthony. I learned that chapstick is a state sport in Maryland.
My name is Shara, and I learned that the marble house will be renovated.
My name is Peace, and I learned that most of our credits transfer.
My name is Joseph Reed, and the future is bright at PG for future students. PGCC for future students.
Any other person? What did you learn?
Hi, my name is Daniel, and I learned about the Navigator.
Alright. My name is Dante, and I learned that we're gonna have a Starbucks on campus.
And I saw
Hello. My name is Emanike, and I learned that our PGCC basketball team is doing really well.
My name is Mike, and I learned that basketball team is baseball.
Hello, Karen Klein, and I'm on the directing. And PG is a platform for people who want to make something great of themselves.
Let's get ready for the cafe.
My name is Alex Marty, and I learned that we have student relations from April 22nd to 29th. So y'all should vote, yeah. Alright, so here's the fun part. We're gonna start the raffle. We're gonna kick off the raffle. If you came in and signed in, you should have gotten a pink ticket. Purple ticket. You didn't? Oh, okay. Who didn't get a raffle ticket? Raise your hand if you didn't get a raffle ticket.
I will go ahead and
Edward, we have one additional question.
We'll make it happen.
Can I say it? Or you can say it, I don't care. It's about the doors right here.
Yeah, say it and I'll answer it. Just let me tell them to hold up.
Who else didn't get a raffle ticket?
Read it over to you. Go ahead.
Okay, we have one additional question that was asked, and it was in regards to the doors right here, out exiting this way and into Atlanta, as to when they're going to be fixed.
We don't have a date yet as to when it's going to be fixed.
What is the question?
The door and handicap thing.
We submitted the requests and, sorry.
Yes, we did submit the request, and, I guess we're working on it, but we'll find out exactly what's the timeline. I do know that they did fix the handicap push button on the line of the door, because that was, working for a little while.
Thank you.
This is the rep.
Did anybody else not get a ticket?
Hey everyone, hello, can I have attention please? Hello? Hello? Hi, just a quick announcement, oh my gosh. Okay. So just a quick announcement, on April 9th, on Tuesday, from 2:30 to 5 p.m., we're having SGA hosting a science bowl. So if you're interested, to test your knowledge, like a trivia, quiz game, kind of like Jeopardy/Family Feud. So if you're interested in playing or participating, just please, let me know. I'll be more than happy to let you participate in the game. So April 9th, in the community room A, above this floor, from 2:30 to 5 p.m. So whenever you're free, just come talk to me and I'll let you, play the game if you choose to. Community room A.
Woo!
You have the question?
You're alive. What do you have to say?
Well, if you guys want to know more about the event, just contact me. My name is Ike Ekwunife. My email is IEKWNIFE1108999@pgcc.students.edu. So if you're interested in playing the game, by all means, hit me up. I'll be more than happy to let you know.
And make sure you show up, because
There's gonna be prizes.
Say what? Say no more. Period.
Say less.
Did you do the raffle already or not yet?
No, I'm about to.
Can I please have your attention? Thank you. So she asked a good question. Where do you go to if you need more information about SGA events? So there are two things. You could either walk to the SGA office that's located at Largo Student Center upstairs, room 242, or follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat at PGCC SGA. Or send an email. SGA@students.pgcc.edu. Got it? Dante, over to you.
All right, we're gonna kick off the raffle. Last check for anyone that didn't get a raffle ticket. All right. Okay, Sarah.
Hi.
All right. So, everyone have your tickets out? I will be calling the numbers. I will be reading them out. We have one person. Okay. All right, we ready? Everybody ready? Everybody got the tickets? I'll be reading the number out twice. If nobody claims a prize, then
Not me. Somebody.
somebody. Okay, one person gets a ticket. Give me 1 minute.
Wait, which one do you use not see it? Keep just get it. Sorry.
All right, ready? All right, pick one. All right, you guys ready? 8, 6, 5, 8, 7, 4, 1. That's you? Come here, I gotta check. You lying? No. You're disqualified. All right. Who else? All right, I'll call it out one more time. 865 8741. Silence? Silence? No one? All right, next ticket.
865-8701.
Do we have a winner? Call it one more time.
865-8701. Okay, 865-8749.
What did you do?
Do we have a winner? That's you. All right, let's check the numbers. Good? And we have our first winner. Give it up for our first raffle winner. Hold up, we're trying to find your prize here. Please stand by, sir. Please just stand by. All right, we're gonna call out our next winner. We're currently working on finding the prizes.
Did you say earlier 01 or 10?
Even if I did, it's too late.
Okay.
No shade.
What's the key to the office?
All right.
I think somebody's up there though.
I was fairly straightforward. Okay, on to the next one. I'll read this one out. We have 865-8738. I need to see the ticket for proof.
Like that. I don't know why I jumped. I'm sorry.
Did you not win? Oh, you did win. I thought you were joking. Congratulations. Second winner. Okay.
Smile.
Where did the person go?
Oh, he's still over here.
He's still Edward?
No, Edward wants to go get them.
Okay. Yeah, just stand over there.
We have prizes. We're not fancy.
Yeah, we do have prizes. We promise. You're not being scammed. All right, another read this one.
865-8709.
Hold the mic a little closer. Say it again.
Again, 865-8709.
Anybody? 929? You want me to just yell that out? I can't. All right. You want to call one out?
865-8733.
8733.
Is it really? Yeah. You do it so smart.
Is it really you? I thought you were joking.
I know.
All right, we have to check it. You have the ticket?
I'm aware.
Let's check. We gotta make sure you're being honest. And we have our third winner. How many? All right.
I won.
All right, we got a prize to give to our first
Excuse me, you need to take a picture with SGA.
Where's my prize at?
Yeah, I'm the president.
Where's mine
Give
though?
LaShawn a prize. LaShawn a prize. Who's taking it for that? Come on. All right, now take a picture with student government.
Edward, how many prizes? How many? 3?
All right, so these are all our winners today. Let's clap it up for our lucky raffle winners. Yeah, okay, SGA, get in the picture. Come on, everybody in SGA.
Nice leggings. Nice leggings.
Can I like go with the girls in that?
Go ahead, Rachel.
I'm extra. You gotta go ahead.
I'm sorry, what if everybody would look at the
Everybody see
Yeah.
cheese.
1, 2, 3.
Something crazy. Are you done?
You're still posing like you want more. Okay, that's enough.
Can we make a motion to adjourn this meeting?
Second it.
Can someone please make a motion to adjourn this meeting?
I make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Can someone second that?
I second it.
All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? The motion carries.
I'm opposed.
Excuse me, all those at the food line, if you do not have a ticket, please come to the table and get your ticket.
Can we please stand in the line? Please. There is no need to fight. We're all going to get something.
Thank you.
Hey, can you only get chicken? Oh my God, strong. Hey, can you only get chicken once? Found out.
Yeah, that's why I do it.
Hey.